Hello guys, the last time we spoke about how to do basic animations in Cinema 4D. Today let's move a little further by discussing or by demonstrating or by learning how to do a little more advanced animation in Cinema 4D. Let's not waste much time. Let's go into our software so I show you a little more advanced animation or how to do a little more advanced animation in Cinema 4D. Guys, let's launch our software that is Cinema 4D. So this is my software. Alright, so I have a 3D robots. Let's call it robots. That is what I want us to use for the animation. So as you can see, this is a robot. What I want to do is, but before we do or we go further, what I want you to understand is with this advanced animation model, we need to know about your pivots. You know, we have center of rotation. What I'm trying to say is if you have an object and you want to rotate from any angle, it means you have to make sure that your center of rotation is directed or is moved to that particular angle you want the rotation or you want the animation to take place. So let's demonstrate that quickly in the software. So this is my scene, and as you can see, I have a robot. So this is the base of the robot. You can see that I'm moving just the base of the robot. So what I mean by center of rotation is very simple. Let's check our center of rotation for this, our base. So as you can see on your screen, the center of rotation is in the middle of the object. This means that if we do any rotation or if we do any animation, it's going to move from the center. So let me show you how to change the center. So in this case, let's say we want the axis to be at the edge of our object. So you go to the tool panel and you look for enable axis. So I select that one. Before you do that, you make your object editable. Then you move your axis to, let's say, the top right corner of your object. Alright, so from there you make sure that the axis is positioned very well on all the viewports. Alright, so let's do a little rotation on this base and let's see. Before you continue with any animation, make sure you deselect your axis that you've enabled. So let's do the rotation in T. So as you can see, the object is moving from its center of rotation. So when I say center of rotation, this is what I'm trying to say. So in this case, the center of rotation has been moved to the right side in the front view of your scene. So as you can see, the object is moving from its center of rotation. So let's say I change the center of rotation to the left hand side. Let's see what we are going to get. Then deactivate your axis, go to rotation. So as you can see, it's also moving from the left side, that is the center of rotation. It's very simple. So depending on the type of animation you want to do, you make sure that you position your axis at any location of your choice, depending on what you are doing. So that is what we term, or that is what is called center of rotation. It's very simple, center of rotation. Or if it's in the middle, we normally, some of us are used to calling it pivot. That's the center of an object. But in this case, it's center of rotation. So you make sure you position your axis at a particular point or a particular place where you want the rotation to start from, or where you want the animation to start from. So it's very, very simple. Let's undo. Let's go back. Okay. All right. So we have our scene here. The type of animation I want us to do is very, very simple. So, when you go to construction sites, when you go to when we have the excavator, that kind of movements that they normally do, the forklift goes down, pick something, come up, place it somewhere. You see, that kind of animation, that is what I want us to do. So if this is the robot arm that we have, you make sure that you do animation that will affect this joint. You do animation that will affect this joint. So it's like that. So it's just something I just want you to understand what I'm trying to say. So let's continue. We don't want to waste much time. So let's see what we have here. So I've named this one lower arm, and I've named this one small arm, and this one is obviously our base. So let's start with animation. All right, so this lower arm, I want the rotation to move from the base. So if I say from the base, this is the robot, right? If I put the center of rotation here, it means it will move like this, but I want it to move like this. So it means I have to put the center of rotation at the down or at the bottom of the object. So as you can see, let's go to our front view. So that is it. Very, very neat. It's positioned at the base or at the bottom of the object. So this means that the rotation or the animation is going to move from the base. Let's do a short demonstration. So let's do a short rotation and see. So I hope you can see what is happening. Because of the center of rotation, the object is moving from the base. The base is where the center of rotation is positioned. So it's just moving the object from the base. That's very, very simple. Let's try bringing the center of rotation to the top and see what will happen. So I've moved the center of rotation to the top. Let's see what the animation will be like. You see, so this one too is rotating from the top because of where the center of rotation is positioned. Very, very simple. So let's undo, let's go back. All right. So what we need to do is very simple. In order to get our animation, we need to position all the pivots, or we need to position our center of rotation at the right places. So let's check this one. Okay, so this one, I think it has to be two different objects. So let's do the animation for the top one and we continue from there. So I have selected my lower arm. The center of rotation is positioned very well. So I just need to do my animation and that is all. All right, guys. So I hope you are following. So assuming we have this here, so you see what is happening here. Because of the center of rotation, it's very, very simple. Let's do the recording, or let's keyframe everything. So we choose 90 frames per second. So I want my I want my lower arm to start the animation from the 5th frame. So on the 5th frame, I will keyframe the object, move it to, let's say, 6C. Then I do my animation. Then I keyframe again. So let's take it back and let's play our animation. So you see, as simple as that. Very, very simple. So like I said initially, whatever you are doing, you make sure you know where the center of rotation has to be. Then you get your animation very, very simple. So see, this is very, very simple animation. Okay, so let's say from where I stopped, I want the animation to go back again.